everyone, Screaming Geek Me here. I am Jared the Geek. This video is the monthly watches. We're going to talk about everything I watched in the month of November. Not a whole lot here. It's going to be another quick little video for you. I'm hoping I can my voice. I've been dealing with a cold this past week, so right now my voice, my throat's very scratchy. So as I'm talking, I'm going to probably start hacking away. So I might have to edit that out. But push through it. Want to get these monthly updates up there for you. So first up is a whole collection of movies my wife wanted to watch. It's like she wants to watch these like once a year, and that is a Harry Potter franchise. Now you can see here I got them all in separate cases, and I got custom cover artwork. You can see the design across all the spines, and I did all original book covers for all of them. I actually did a video with my custom covers of all these, giving a good look at them. I like these movies. It's just I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. I don't need to watch these all the time, but my wife loves them. She read all the books, so she wanted to she wanted to watch these again. We hadn't watched these since the last December. Now these did look better this time, because there are some scenes in the movies that are very dark, and my new Panasonic 820, it handles black levels a lot better than the Sony did. So these definitely did look a lot better this time around. So if you have that old Sony X700 player, and if you have issues where if you think some things are too dark, you might want to think about swapping out and getting a Panasonic, because again, I don't know how the cheaper Panasonics do with the black levels. I might have to check online and see what kind of reviews you can find on those. But the 820 is very pricey, but so far the disc issues have been haven't had any, as far as freezing and skipping. But the black levels, these look so much better on the Panasonic. Next up is one we just picked up. We had to watch over Thanksgiving week since I had the grandkids, and one of them just loves Minecraft. Again, love the movie. There's as an adult, there's some scenes that might be a little bit kind of too stupid out there, but still a great movie. Very enjoyable. I never played the game, so I was unbiased going in, but I thought they did a great job with it. Told a good story, so much fun, and the quirky, crazy character that Jason Momoa plays. I always wondered how he would pull it off, because he's a macho action guy, and he pulled off. He's a lot of fun in this with Jack Black. Now, the one sad thing with this 4K is I was expecting a gag reel. I'd heard so much about how they did a lot of, they improv a lot on this, and they just went off script doing some stuff. And they didn't have any gag reel here. I was like, for me, when it comes to bonus features, I love a good gag reel, and I think they missed the boat. They could have done a lot with this as far as bonus features go. Next up, we've got a nice old classic, Animal House. I hadn't watched this in ages. I can't remember. I can't remember if I watched the 4K or not. I've had the 4K for a while, and I can't remember if I actually watched it or not, or maybe I did. I think I might even have a review of this. So anyways, it had been a while since I watched this, but I had to dig out a nice old classic. Love this, with Belushi in it. Great classic here. Next up, we've got Timeline. Got this on DVD. Never got the Blu-ray. Need to upgrade this. I would love to see this go to 4K. It's from Paramount, but it's an older movie of Paul Walker, Gerard Butler. Phenomenal movie. This is such a blast. I love it. I know it's based on a book by Michael Crichton, and supposedly he's made statement back before he passed that he hated this movie. I love it. I never read the book, but I love the movie, and so it's a lot of fun. If you have not seen this, check it out. Next up is another one that I got on DVD. I might consider this a comfort movie because I've watched this many, many times. It's a great classic as far as, the comedy duo, just the way they throw stuff together. Hollywood Homicide with Josh Hartnett and Harrison Ford. This is a freaking blast. Like I said, it's a comfort movie. I enjoy watching this. You know, just put it in, turn the brain off. You don't have to pay attention to it. Just enjoyment. Now, this is a Sony, so it could come to 4K. I'm not sure how popular it would be, but it'd be interesting to see. But I do need to get the Blu-ray. The DVD is not too bad, but definitely would like to upgrade this because as much as I watch this, definitely need to get a better copy of it. Now, we did watch a streaming movie. Actually, I watched this right after Thanksgiving, a Paw Patrol Christmas. I decided to put it up there because since we had the grandkids for the holiday, and the youngest loves Paw Patrol. The 9-year-old's not the 9-year-old not so much. She liked Paw Patrol years ago, but not anymore. She's outgrown it. But the youngest, she loves Paw Patrol, so this popped up on CBS, so we watched it. It was fun. Even as an adult, it's a nice, enjoyable family stuff. But it was a movie, had included, and actually went to my Letterboxd account and added it as well to my diary. So I had to include it here with my list as well. And the last movie we're going to talk about, the original Stargate. Stargate popped up in a conversation with the wife, and she was like, I want to watch those. So, dug this out. This is Lionsgate. I don't know if they still own the rights to this because it was MGM, and it's one of those movies that's been passed around. So I don't know who has distribution rights to this still, because I would like to see a 4K. I'd like to see this redone because even on Blu-ray, there's parts of this that looks like shit. This needs to get a complete restoration. I don't know if they can maybe the source material isn't that great. I don't know. But yeah, something needs done. I would love to see a proper transfer of this because it's a great movie. And of course, directed by the great Roland Emmerich. Also produced with Dean Devlin. There was rumors that they were going to reboot this, and Roland, I remember reading that he had a whole brand new trilogy. He was going to reboot it and put a trilogy out there. But because of rights issues and everything, I think from my understanding, he just got tired and it was going to be so much hassle. He just decided to give up and wash his hands of the franchise. So we're not going to see a new Stargate. We are going to see a new series. Amazon Studios did get a green light for a brand new Stargate series, and they're supposed to start filming this next year. So I'll have to wait and see what happens there. So moving on from the Stargate movie, we went and jumped back into SG-1, the TV show that lasted 10 seasons. I just watched all these earlier this year, and now my wife wanted to watch them, and was like, I'll watch them again. This is a comfort TV show that I freaking love. Definitely one of my all-time favorite TV shows. I'd put up there with Cheers. And, recently this might actually surpass Cheers as my favorite. I don't know. Haven't watched a Cheers for a while. But definitely a comfort, show here. And again, this is the DVDs. I would like to upgrade to Blu-ray. I've read mixed reviews about the Blu-rays because of how low budget the show was to begin with, that the Blu-ray doesn't add a lot. But yeah, the DVDs, especially the early seasons, some episodes look like complete shit. So I might get the Blu-ray set sometime just to have them. Have a little bit of improvement, maybe. Then I still remember that this is a TV show that when it came out, I wasn't interested in watching it because after seeing the movie, it's like, how do you make a TV show after the movie? I wasn't interested in it. It sounded like it was going to be way too far different. I thought it was going to be way too different, so I didn't care. And just happened to, after, I forget how far into the series it was, I happened to be at my friend's place, and he was watching. I was like, oh, this looks pretty interesting. I like the characters, so really got into it. So, yeah, Stargate SG-1, great classic TV show. Next up is a TV show I'd started watching like last year. I binge watched it for a while, then took some time off, a few months. Then I came back and did some more. Then I took some time off again. And I just got so busy doing some other stuff throughout this year, just haven't got back to it, and I really wanted to. Now it's Supernatural, so I got back in. This was season 11. I had started earlier this year, so I got back in, finished that off. And we got season 12, season 13, and season 14. And finally, the other day, right at the end, I polished off season 15. Great show here. If you've not seen Supernatural, I highly recommend checking this out. It's a great series. Revolves around these two guys, they're brothers, the Winchesters, Sam and Dean. Basically, they hunt monsters. They grew up because their dad did it, so they got into hunting with their dad as they were kids. Then, as it goes along, they start involves not just monsters but demons as well. Characters that come up through hell they kill. You got a character he was like the king of hell, called Crowley. He's a big part of the show. And then you got some, deals with angels, archangels, and also even Lucifer. And later on, you get to meet the son of Lucifer, and even God himself you get to meet. So again, if you have not checked out Supernatural, highly recommend getting this. You can get the whole sets on Blu-ray or DVD. I'd recommend the Blu-rays because the DVDs, I watched the first couple seasons on DVD and they look like crap. So I definitely get the Blu-rays. You can get them individually, which I prefer because I like individual cases. Because the big sets, when it comes to TV shows, they put them in those big ass cases and they break and they fall out, and I hate those damn things. So if you like this kind of stuff, check this out. I love the show, and plus at the end it had a great send off. At the end of the final episode, the two guys were they were standing there on this bridge just talking, thanking the viewers for all these years, and then it pans out and shows the whole crew, the different actors and all the different crew members. So very nice send-off for this. So, I was very happy the way they wrapped this up. So there you have it. Everything I watched in the month of November. Not a whole lot. I definitely wanted to get some movies back in there. Because, previous months I did 4 months of animated movies. And in October I did the horror movies. So I wanted to get away from doing the theme stuff and getting back into doing some different things. So I did a total of 14 movies, plus got back into doing the Stargate SG-1, and then finished off my Supernatural. I binge watched those to get that was a hell of a lot of binge watching this past month to get all that done. But great show, but kind of glad to get it done out of the way. Going forward, I don't know. I don't have any big plans for the month of December. Just doing some more movies. Try to get a few more reviews out for you. I do have some TV shows I have not dived into yet that I want to. And plus, me and my wife is going to, continue with the SG-1. So I hope you enjoyed checking out what I watched this last month. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What are some of the big things you watched last month? Check out my other videos on my channel. Like, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and we'll see you soon. Geek out.